Hey there, ladies and gentlemen, the food experience is back. And today's experience, I got something pretty cool. I was sent a bottle of this adobo sauce, and it's called Hotter Adobo, and it's an unreleased sauce from the High Desert Sauce Company, which I absolutely love. He makes some amazing hot sauces, and he just wanted me to kind of give a soft review of this and provide him with my feedback. He said I could do a review, but it's not necessary. But I'm going to do it anyways, right? So just to let you know what's in this sauce, first of all, the heat rating is to be determined, and it contains vinegar and then a pepper blend of ancho habanero, chocolate ghost, 7-pot douglas, chocolate butla, BBM, and chocolate jigsaw peppers, along with water, dates, apple cider vinegar, agave nectar, kosher salt, garlic granules, cumin, cinnamon, and Mexican oregano. Sounds like a delightful sauce, and I thought I would put it to the test and marinate some chicken tenders, okay? So yeah, first things first, let's go ahead and crack this open to see what it's all about. I'm gonna give it a good shake. Also, another thing I noticed, there's some pepper particles floating around in there. I don't know if you'll be able to see it due to the lighting and due to the fact that there's really not a lot of them, but I definitely see them floating around in there. So let's go ahead and crack this open. Oh, that smells really good. I mean, seriously. I'm getting all the spices I mentioned to you. Some things that are like popping for me. The apple cider vinegar, the garlic granules. I believe the dates as well. I'm not really too much into dates as far as, you know, like eating them by themselves. But when mixed into certain dishes, absolutely lovely. Let's go ahead and try a taste test. First, let's go ahead and check out the pour. Wow, it is super thick. It is a super thickie, I'll tell you what. Oh, look at that. Wow. And this is a mother of pearl spoon. That way it doesn't taint the flavor of the sauce as would, you know, like a metal spoon. So here we go, 1, 2, 3, let's do it. That's really good. That is delicious. The garlic notes, they're nice and strong the way I would like it to be. Oh yeah, and there comes some heat too. My tolerance for heat has kind of dropped a little bit lately, so I could kind of give a better assessment how this would be for most folks. It's still kind of building. Is there cumin in here? Yeah, there is cumin in here. I'm definitely getting the cumin, garlic. Yeah, the vinegar, it's all there. It is a little bit salty. The heat's starting to climb. So for me, my heat level right now, I would say is a good like 2 out of 10, something like that. I think for the most average person out there, they would probably say this is like a 6 or 7 out of 10, something like that. It's not face melting, but at the same time, it definitely does pack a punch. What I've done is I lightly applied some Himalayan pink salt to both sides of the chicken breast tenders, and then I generously applied that Hotter Adobo on both sides, okay? And probably used like half the bottle, I'm imagining. I'm gonna go ahead and cover this with plastic wrap, throw it in the refrigerator for about a half hour. After about 25 minutes, I'm gonna go ahead and preheat the Max to 350 degrees. And after that time, once the preheat is completed, we'll go ahead and cook them. So I'll join you back in a few. Okay, the chicken is all done marinating. I actually let it sit in the refrigerator for a full hour. Here's what we're looking at. I have it in the air fryer basket. I'm also gonna use this in-oven temperature probe. That way I could kind of tell the doneness of the thickest piece in there. That way I can ensure it is properly cooked through and through. The Max has been preheated completely to 350 degrees and the air fry light is solid. It is no longer blinking. You really should make sure to do a complete preheat before cooking in the Maxx. It's just like any other oven. You wouldn't want to start off with a cold oven. Same thing with the Maxx. I also have the black drip pan at the very bottommost position, just in case any of this drips. I don't want it to go on the heating elements. So there you go. I have the timer on 11 minutes. Might give it another minute or two just in case. And I'm going to monitor the temperature on the probe. Also, after about 5 minutes, I'm going to go ahead and turn the chicken pieces over. That way they kind of get air fried on both sides. And I really don't want it to burn on the top due to the air frying fan. So I think that would be a good idea. Stay tuned. Okay, 5 minutes has elapsed. The internal temperature of the chicken right now is at 129. So I'm going to go ahead and flip the pieces over real quick. And this may not even be necessary. I could tell the bottom part where it was really sauced is not so saucy anymore. And that's okay. I'm going to go ahead and apply a little bit more sauce. Let me show you what I'm looking at. All right, let's kind of spread the sauce out. Boy, these are going to be good. It smells so good. It is showing the internal temperature at 136, which is great. So it only is going to have a little bit more to go. The internal temperature of the chicken is at 165. Time to remove. And it's probably going to increase a little bit after I remove it. Oh, those are looking so good. Smells so delicious. Let's go ahead and turn off the Maxx. And I can already see the internal temperature is now at 167. And that was kind of on the thickest piece, so they should really all be ready. This is what we're looking at right now. I'm gonna let them cool for another minute or two, and then we're gonna go ahead and sample them. About 2 minutes more has passed, and I'll tell you, I just took a little bite off camera. Wow, got some nice spice to it, amazing flavor. Check this out. The chicken is so tender, I don't really even need a knife to cut it. It just cuts just like that. Right now the chicken's so nice and tender and juicy. I don't know if the camera is quite doing it justice, but wow, that is the benefit of using a temperature probe, because you could take it out right when it's around 165, which is where you should be removing the chicken, and you can ensure to be nice and juicy, especially with chicken breast. If you let it get too long, it dries out. Wow, so tender, so flavorful. Like I said, I'm not even using a knife. Just so good. All right, I'm going to go ahead and try another one of the pieces. Boy, that's good. I could taste the pepper blend he's using, as well as the vinegar, the garlic, the cumin. All of that's coming through. There's like a sweetness from the dates. What else is in here? Cinnamon. I don't really notice any cinnamon. It does have a certain saltiness to it, which is not too salty by any means. I added a little bit on top of the chicken before I applied the sauce, just to kind of tenderize it a little bit. This is a well-balanced sauce, okay? You're definitely going to have to like some pretty spicy things in order to enjoy this sauce properly. For me, like I was saying, it's, you know, between a 2 and a 3 as far as heat level goes when I tasted it off the spoon. But as I'm eating it more and more, I'm thinking it might be a little bit hotter than that. I think for the average person who's not a chili head, this would definitely be like a 7 to 8. Maybe even hotter. I mean, it really depends on the person, because everyone's tolerance for spice is a little bit different. But not only is it hot, it's flavor forward. I mean, there's like a lot of good flavor and a lot of good heat too. One thing I can tell you is every sauce I've tried from the High Desert Sauce Company has never disappointed. And I want to give a big thank you and shout out to Mr. Zach Perkins for sending it my way. It is truly appreciated, and I'm really quite humbled that you sent it to me for my testing. You know, I think this chicken would be great. Maybe cut it up into little pieces after done cooking it and serve it on top of some rice, and maybe put a little extra sauce on top of that. I definitely got like a full mouth burn going on. I'll tell you what, a little bit of a throat burn too. When I was saying like a 2 to a 3 earlier, like I said, it's more like a 4. I mean, it's pretty hot. It definitely is pretty hot. I have let my tolerance go down a little bit, so maybe that's part of it. But my head is fully sweating. I don't know if you could tell, but I am like fully sweating from this stuff. But like I said, it's not just heat, it's flavor. Just such a well done sauce. So I'm not exactly sure of the release date. And I think it's going to be called Hotter Adobo because he already has a spicy adobo, which I have not yet tried. But definitely look out for it at hdsauceco.com. I will drop a link in the description down below to his website. Therefore, you could check it out. One of his sauces, I believe it's the Teak Hot Masala, was recently added to the hot ones from First We Feast. I don't know if you guys watched that or not, where they sample chicken wings. And I was like so happy to see his sauce appear in that lineup because that's another amazing sauce. So I think that about sums it up. I'm going to go ahead off camera and eat the rest of my chicken. I hope you enjoyed this little review video and a little bit of an example of how to cook something like this in the Maxx. Slow and low, 350 degrees. I mean, sure, you could cook it hotter at like 400 degrees, but you're going to end up with more dried out chicken. And if you don't use an in-oven temperature probe, there's a good chance that you're overcooking the chicken and it's going to dry it out. So I totally recommend an in-oven temperature probe. I will go ahead and post a link to the one I'm using in the description down below as well. So I think that's about it. If you have any comments, questions, or concerns, please drop me a line below. And if you're new to my channel, don't forget to hit that subscribe button down there. I got lots of good content coming up. And with that said, I'm going to wish you a stellar day. Be excellent. And most of all, remember me. I'm KJ Andy O, your food experience host with the most. Y'all take care, and I'll see you next time.